We have always been inventing things from the dawn of human existence. People such as Thomas Alva Edison and Graham Bell have provided us with priceless gifts that we now take for granted. We created everything because we saw the necessity for it. As a result, the saying "need is the mother of invention" has become popular. Not all inventions result in fame. Some people fail, while others die tragically. Some people contributed to humanity, but they never imagined that their own creation would be held responsible for their dying breath. So in today's video, we will discuss some of the inventors who paid the price of their life for their inventions. Harry Smolinski. Harry Smolinski tried to create a car that could fly. In the early 1970s, before becoming obsessed with building a flying car, the aerospace engineer had a successful career building jet aircraft and rockets. Smolinski wanted to develop lightweight wings and a tail that could be mounted onto customers' existing automobiles for flight and then removed for normal driving. A Boeing twin-engine plane and a Ford Pinto were used to building his prototype. The researchers stated that the concept had flaws, but also claimed that "we believe we have the answers." On 11 September 1973, Smolinski and a co-pilot took their Ford Cessna out for a spin from Ventura County Airport in California. Moments after takeoff, the airport manager noticed a cloud of black smoke rising from the crash location. Bad welding and some loose parts were blamed for the fatal accident. Karel Sousek. In 1984, Karel Sousek, a stuntman from Czechoslovakia, went over Niagara Falls in a custom-built, shock-absorbent barrel that was 9 feet long and 5 feet in diameter. He landed at the bottom, alive but bleeding, and decided to create a museum dedicated to his stunting gear at Niagara Falls. To raise funds for the project, he convinced a firm to sponsor another crazy stunt, dropping the barrel with Sousek inside 180 feet from the roof of the Houston Astrodome into a tank of water as part of a thrill show and destruction derby on January 20, 1985. Even Daredevil Evel Knievel tried to convince Sousek to stop the performance, calling it "the most deadly I've ever seen," but the stuntman proceeded. When the barrel was released, it began to spin dangerously, hitting the rim of the water tank instead of landing in the center. The 37-year-old's chest and abdomen were crushed, and his skull was cracked. He died in the hospital while the show was still running. Franz Reichelt. On February 4, 1912, Franz Reichelt, an Austrian-born French tailor, went to the top of the Eiffel Tower in a wingsuit that he designed by himself. Reichelt was at the top of the Eiffel Tower by 8:22 a.m. He adjusted his suit and, facing the stream, dropped a piece of paper off the edge to see which way the wind was blowing. Then, in front of 30 journalists, 2 cinematographers, one on top and one on the ground, and people gathered below, he placed 1 foot on the guardrail and jumped. Reichelt's parachute folded almost instantly, and he tumbled for a few seconds before striking the ground 187 feet below, leaving a 5.9-inch deep hole. His injuries were severe. Popular Mechanics wrote that his body was a shapeless mass when the police took it up, and the tailor was dead by the time viewers arrived. According to an autopsy, he died of a heart attack during his fall. Marie Curie, popularly known as Madame Curie, invented the process to isolate radium after co-discovering the radioactive elements radium and polonium. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, and she is the only woman to win the award in 2 different fields. She was twice a winner of the Nobel Prize with Henry Becquerel and her husband Pierre Curie. She was awarded the 1903 Nobel Prize for Physics. She was the sole winner of the 1911 Nobel Prize for Chemistry. She died of aplastic anemia as a result of prolonged exposure to ionizing radiation emanating from her research materials. The dangers of radiation were not well understood at the time. Her contribution to physics had been immense, not only in her own work, the importance of which had been demonstrated by the award to her of 2 Nobel Prizes, but because of her influence on subsequent generations of nuclear physicists and chemists. So that's all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting content.